Hey, good morning. What's going on? Happy Sunday. We're late today. We're late. I'm tired. I'm beat. What's going on? Good morning. Woo! We had a day yesterday, didn't we? We had a day. I've got a lot to talk about. I've got a lot to do. I need to wake up. Wake up. It's also our 1500th episode. How about that? 1,500. My good buddy Tony's in the house. What's up, Tony? Thank you. Can you believe 1,500? I've turned this microphone on, turned this YouTube channel on 1,500 times over the last, and we're coming up on our fourth anniversary of Hobby Evolution. I think we started in 2021. I think it was 20. I think it was the second. Maybe it was 2020. I can't remember, but I think it is fifth. I think it was 2020. I don't know. I guess we can go back and look because episode number 1 is still on the tube. So thank you. Really, if it wasn't for the chat, I probably would have stopped a long time ago at probably episode 70. But the chat keeps me going. I feel like I'm actually talking to people. And that's why I started this show. I started it because we were in COVID and we're all stuck at home. We can't go anywhere. So it's like, I got to talk. How do I outlet? How do I get that water cooler talk out? It's like, well, just turn it on. And I got to meet Chris. I don't know if he's watching live. He's back home in Oregon. He flew out. Now, he didn't fly out for the Madison Card Show, but he stayed longer because of the Madison Card Show. He had a work conference in Milwaukee. So we were actually able to get together, and East Coast Tom, who was an awesome assistant for me yesterday, we were tooling around Friday. We had lunch. Chris met us for lunch. So we got to hang out. I got to see him. He came out to the show, and I can't remember where I was going with that, but we met Chris. Yeah, I can't remember. I know where I was going with that. So Chris said he goes, I went back and I think he said he went back and watched one of the early episodes where it's like 15 minutes. I had a topic. I talked for 15 minutes. There might have been a few people in the chat, and I was done. Those early episodes were like 15 minutes, and then more and more people came along, and more chat, and I just rambled on longer and longer, and we had a little interaction, with the chat, and some of the shows have gone 2 hours. So here we are, 1,500 episodes in, and we're not always on time. We're never on time. I've kind of just said, fuck it. I don't want to start on a certain time anymore. Especially now that I'm staying up later. It was easy to be a morning person when you're going to bed at 9:30 and, wake up at 5:30, get ready, and 7 o'clock, here we go. It's time to get started. And now it's like, I'm on eBay Live sometimes till 11:30. And it's like, I don't want to wake up at 5 and go to work again. But I do. So here we are. Are we supposed to have beers ready? No beer. Yeah, well, yes, you can. I'm not. I'm still drinking. I know I was super dehydrated just from throughout the day, and I was refilling my water bottle as much as I could. Then I had a few beers last night. So I woke up, and actually, let me tell you the story about waking up this morning. So Ernie woke. Oh, okay. Let's go back a day. So we're going to talk about the Madison Card Show. So the Madison Card Show at the Alliant Energy Center was an entirely new, different beast. Now, yesterday was probably the least amount of stress I've had at any card show I've promoted, which is saying something because of the scope it was. But that's because I had Tom helping me. Mike from Premier Card Shows was a big help. He came up and spent the whole day. My dealers were awesome and were helping out as much as they could. So plus the Alliant has like actual people devoted to working the event as well. And, and I had kids taking gate money. So like I had a lot of people involved. So that's what made my day so much easier. I actually got to shop a lot more than I thought I would. And I'll show off some of what I bought. But leading up to it was more work than probably all of the Sheraton card shows put together. Just all the little things, the logistics, the layout, down to like, what do I charge $5? What, is there going to be a benefit if, and then that's when Brad from Bonsai is like, hey, let's do this. And which was a genius idea of giving a $5 coupon to be used in his store. It works for him. It gives, locals that will use it, gives them like, hey, I get my $5 back for the admission into the show. So, so there was just a lot of work that went into leading up to the show. So as I had everything ready, and the nice thing was I didn't have to take as much stuff to my car. I didn't have to bring 10 tables because the Sheraton ran out. I didn't have to bring all the signs pointing to you because we're in 2 different ballrooms and we're upstairs and we're downstairs and sometimes we have another room. So there was just a lot of stuff that I didn't have to do, which was nice. Day of show. So I get into my car, make sure I have everything that I need, which I did have to bring a few signs. Just because we're at a new venue, I am charging admission, all that stuff. So I get into my car, garage doors open, start it up, and I just take a deep breath because the day is about to begin. So before I put it in reverse, I'm ready for the day. Put it in reverse, and I back out into the driveway. And this is about 5:30 in the morning. And my wife typically my wife is still sleeping right now. She's a night owl. And also with like her work, she works mainly at night instead of, not in the morning. People aren't buying houses in the morning usually. So it's 5:30 and it's Saturday, and my wife's walking outside with a not happy look on her face. And I'm like, oh. So I think that deep breath just prepared me for that moment. I rolled the window down and I'm like, because she's giving me this death stare. Now, I take Ernie out to go potty when I wake up, which I did. He peed. He did not poop. We walked up and down the sidewalk. It's like, dude, I got to get going. So he didn't poop. So we go back in. I put him back in bed. Pull out. Boom. There's wife. Ernie shit all over the bed. I'm like, serenity now. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. See you tonight. So apparently Ernie tried to wake my wife up, but she's like, you were just out. I'm not getting up at 5:30. And he proceeded to shit on the bed. So this morning, it's been a weekend when I wake up 5:30 each morning. So 5:30, I got a headache. I'm tired. Ernie pounces on me. I'm like, God damn it. And so I'm like, I know what happened yesterday, so I'm not going to let this happen again. All the sheets are washed. The comforter's been washed. So I take Ernie out, and he takes a dump in no time. Like he runs out to the front yard, and he's not a fast dumper. Like usually Ernie kind of just meanders and finds a good place. Not today, not this morning. He's got to go. So he takes a dump, but he hasn't peed. So I'm like, well, let's just kill 2 birds with 1 stone and let's go pee. It's 5:30. We have a sprinkler system that I have not rescheduled. So it's on a timer, and I could hear it in the backyard. But I didn't put 2 and 2 together. We're in the middle of the front yard, which is the last zone in the sprinkler system. I get freaking soaked. Ernie gets soaked, and Ernie's never seen the sprinklers on. So Ernie's curious. And Biscuit was like, Not Ernie. Ernie's like going up to it, putting his face in the. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? So I got to dry his face off when we get inside. He went pee. We got wet. And then he woke up again at 6:30 and he took another shit. So Ernie's just full of shit today. So yeah, Saturday and Sunday, interesting starts to the day. Here we are. So we're just going to get into the Madison Card Show. Let me go to the chat. Say hello. East Coast Tom is here. He says, let me be the first to say what an awesome experience the show was yesterday. Hats off. Thank you, Tom. It would not have been as smooth without Tom's assistance. And I will say it here. I told Tom a couple times yesterday. I will say it here to everyone else. Tom, the show exceeded my expectations. What I wanted Tom to do Tom went way above and beyond what I expected. So hats off to Tom for helping out. He was a machine. Took so much stress off of me yesterday, especially at load in. We had some minor issues, which I'll talk about. I don't shy away from anything. But Tom was an amazing help, and I definitely want him back for the August show. And by the way, Tom will be coming out of his semi-retirement. He'll be set up next month. We're going to run it back, not at the Alliant, but we're going to run it back for 2 days in July 26th and 27th, the Saturday and Sunday, right before the National. I'm a glutton for punishment. We're going to do the Madison Card Show on Saturday at the Sheraton. Sunday, the Pokemon Show, TCG only. That weekend, Saturday, Sunday. It's not the Sheraton anymore. It's the same. So, and I had a few people say, "Hey, I heard it's the Marriott now." It's like, no, well, yes and no. Yes, it's at the Marriott now, but it's the same building. So and that's why they did a bunch of remodeling. That's why we couldn't do the show at the Sheraton in May or June. So they have rebranded as a Marriott. So I think it's the Madison Marriott West is what the name is now. I'm still like in that transition. I'm still calling it the Sheraton, but I'm also trying to put the new name out there, but I want to avoid confusion. But eventually we just got to say it's at the Madison Marriott West. But it's the same address, 706 John Nolen Drive, same ballrooms, Williamson downstairs, Capitol Square upstairs. So I guess I need to rip that Band-Aid off and whatever the Sears Tower is called now, whatever. See, that's why I hate, don't change your name, because everybody doesn't use the new name and then they get confused. What do you mean, the Sears Tower? Oh, it's the Willis Tower. Thank you, Tony. Donald's here. Good morning. Todd's in the house. He says, congrats on a great show and Hobby Evolution 1500. Thank you. Victor's here. Good morning. Great community. Absolutely. Love it here. Love it. Brian, what's going on? Congrats. You've come a long way, baby. Here we are. Here we are. Philly Joe, good morning. Merle says, are we supposed to have beers ready for Hobby Evolution 1.5K? You can, at your own discretion. Boston Smoke, good morning. I need coffee is what I need. Chris, there he is. He's here. It was a great experience. I told Bo it doesn't always rain in Oregon, and when I got home, it was 55 degrees and raining. You jinxed it. Florida baseball card dude, good morning. Low Rollers in the house. Do you see people selling Labubu toys in your card show? I think so. I don't know what Labubu toys are, but I did have I had a classmate from Anawan drive up. She brought her son. I didn't even know they came. She had commented on the Madison Card Show post that she was bringing her son, but I didn't even see her. But she did message me after, and she's like, hey, we had a great time. We'll come back. And she bought a Labubu. I don't know what Labubu is. So apparently somebody or some were selling Labubu toys. Chris says, you weren't kidding about how easy the Madison airport is. I could have gotten there 15 minutes before boarding and made my flight. Yes. Yeah. So it's literally when you park your car, or I guess you didn't have to park your car in the parking garage, but Heck, for you, it's probably if you, I don't know, if you had to return your rental car, I don't know if you got an Uber or a ride back. But if you have to park in the parking garage, it's 15, and I've timed it multiple times. 15 minutes from the time I park, and sometimes I have to park way up top at the top of the parking garage, take the elevator down, get my like bag, drop if I have a checked bag, drop that off, go up through security, walk to my gate. 15 minutes. That's all it takes from getting out of my car, the parking garage, walking across the parking garage into the airport, get my printed off bag slip, drop it off at the counter, go upstairs, go through security, get to my gate. 15 minutes. Probably 10 minutes if you're getting dropped off. But yeah, I love flying out of Madison, and it's worth spending an extra $200 because flying out of O'Hare is a lot cheaper. Like usually it's like sometimes $300 cheaper, but you also take into account you've got 2 hours. I have 2 hours drive time to O'Hare and back. You're 2 hours each, 2 hours one way. There's tolls, there's gas, and parking is a lot more expensive at O'Hare. So I'm like, I'm not flying out of here. In the ease, like I'm 20 minutes away. It takes me 15 minutes to get from my car to the gate. I'll pay $300 more for a plane ticket just because of how easy it is. Now when we go out to Maine next month, we are flying out of O'Hare because depending on where you're going, flying out of Madison is not easy. Going to Maine, not exactly easy. We probably could fly out of Madison, connect in Chicago, but I don't, for whatever reason, I think there was like too long of a layover, and it's like, let's just fly out of Chicago. So I think that's why we're doing that. Low Rollers talking about Labubu. Merle says, correction, Ernie was full of shit today. No longer, but he was full of shit today. TD Sports Cards, good morning. Sounds like he should have had a separate Labubu show. Low Roller wants to know if anybody knows about Labubu. Never heard of him. Me neither. Chris, I did not. So I couldn't find, I don't think I found the table that you were talking about. So I'll give a little context for everybody else. So Chris came up to me before he left and he says, I want to give you an eBay Live challenge. I think it was a quarter box, you said, and there was stuff that I could probably $5 bill. And I looked, and in the area that you had, I don't think I was at the right table. So no, I failed, but I did buy. I bought a ton. I had a new dealer that has never set up before. I've got to get my table layout to see. Actually, I think I've got it right here. I sure do. It was a booth 6. It wasn't booth 4. It wasn't booth 7. It wasn't booth 3. Had to have been 6. Wasn't booth 5. Wasn't booth 2. I know it wasn't booth 1. Where's booth 6 at? So it had to have been booth 6. Maybe it was booth. There's booth. Oh, it was booth 6. It was booth 6. Mike was the dealer. Where's my screen? There it is. And he had a bunch of slabs, and I was going through and I was looking at basketball slabs, and he had Jordans, and I'm like, damn, Kobe's. I like really good prices. I'll show you in a second what I grabbed. So I was gonna be like, man, I almost wanted to buy like all of them and see what kind of a deal I could have got, but I bought so much other stuff, and I ended up coming back. But I bought a whole stack of slabs. Matt Meester had great dollar boxes. He had a stack of Caitlin Clarks for $1 each. I bought them all. Let's see. 5-star had $5 slabs. before the doors opened, I was going to buy the whole box at $5 a slab. I can't lose. But then it's like, I'm buying so much already. I've got an order of slabs coming in. So it's like, I need the inventory, but I don't want to be sitting on inventory. I have enough. I want to sprinkle in like existing inventory. I don't want to just keep buying new stuff when I have old stuff to sell. So I'm in that range. But when you see a good deal, and actually Steve Summers and I were talking about this, he's sports card grading. He's on eBay Live. And we were talking about this, like we have so much inventory, but like when you see a deal, it's like, I can make this, and you have to refresh like what you have. So I cherry picked, and I think I pulled out, I think it was 21. I think it was 21 slabs for $100. So, and then I went back later. It was gone. The box was gone. And I knew somebody was going to buy, and just like, I'll buy the whole box. So that's why, hey, set these aside. I'll come back. So Matt, 5-star, Matt, Mike on the slabs. Mark, big Mark. I bought not as many as I bought from him in Rockford a few weeks ago, but I did buy a small stack of slabs from Mark. My buddy Brandon, who travels up every month from Anawan and sets up. I bought some WNBA color from him for my Wednesday night show, my women's basketball Wednesday show. That might have been, Denny. I bought some stuff from Denny. He had a buy one get $1 box, which was really good. And he goes, you should have been here earlier. And like he had like half the box was already gone, and there was even good stuff left at the end of the day when I bought, and I think I spent like $10. He gave me a deal. So it's probably like 30 cards, 25, 30 cards. So, and I think that might have been all. That might have been all. That's all. So, and a lot of this stuff is going to be going live tonight. I think I ended up buying probably well over 100 Caitlin Clark cards. So there's going to be quite a few up for auction tonight. I bought a Caitlin Clark slab. Who did I buy this Clark slab? Oh, Brandon. He had a Caitlin Clark rookie slab for like $20. I'm like, this is easy money. And I told him, like on eBay Live, I'm like, this will probably sell for 40, maybe $50. We'll see. And I think I have a few Caitlin slabs, so I may put one of them up tonight on Sunday singles. Max says, LRS, Labubu is garbage. It's the same doll reskinned. Tons of tables had it, and nobody was buying it yesterday, except my friend Kristen. I think she bought one. Where are we at? Cooter's at the house. Good morning. Andy Mack is here. What's happening? Mac says, nope, they were below market. Nobody wants them. Let's see. Nobody wants them. We're just going to ignore low roller scratcher pushing Labubu. SoCal guy, good morning. Congratulations on MCS 2.0 and Hobby Evolution number 1500. I really look forward to listening to what you have to say each and every day. Thank you. And I look forward to chatting. I mean, it's kind of what you guys have to say is what drives this show. It's not about, and it's not even really about cards. Like we don't really talk about cards that much. Now, lately we've been talking a lot about eBay sales because of, eBay Live. Of course, a lot of Madison Card Show talk with the change. But I find it, I love listening to what the chat has to say, and we can roll off what the chat has to say. Low roller, they give out muzzle with skill game. Cooter says, OKC airport is crazy. Lots of famous Okies coming in for game 7. Daughter flew in with Kristen Chenoweth last night. That's super cool. Very cool. Is game 7 tonight? Ooh, I gotta watch. Oh shit, I've got eBay Live tonight. But I'll have it on in the background. Low roller, I am sorry to hear that. It sucks losing our pups. Did I get rid of? I sold Jordan Love's Downtown for $260. How much would you pay me? I don't know. I don't do downtowns and kabooms. I don't know. Yes, condolences to LRS for losing his pup. Waste of money for Philly Joe. Rich Klein, good morning. Sorry I missed your beginning of the show. Tire had a spike in it, and I had to go to Firestone this morning to have it removed. That sucks. You haven't missed much. We haven't really, we're 25 minutes in, haven't talked about too much. Max says, show was good. First time I have come home from Madison down money though, LOL. That happens when you buy too much. Go Thunder, but what is a Chenoweth? I know who Kristen Chenoweth is, but I couldn't tell you like what movies she's been in. Chris says, I stopped by the 5-star bargain boxes. There was a guy who smelled so bad that I couldn't stay. Maybe that's his strategy to keep the boxes for himself. So everything went well. We had so I'll just go out and I'll tell you now. I didn't want to say this leading into the show, but I made a giant mistake when I made the layout. And honestly, this was miscommunication on I think I assumed, which causes problems. So I had when I did a walkthrough before I booked the venue, I was told there was a plan manager and that they would do the layout and all that. So I thought they did all that. I do all that. So they give me like a link to like they create something and then I tweak it. So I did tweak it and to maximize the table space. And I don't have a drafting background. I don't do plans for houses. This is why I can see how like during this process of this house, why so many mistakes were made. It's like, oops, we didn't account for that. So I didn't account for chairs. And when I do this is where the miscommunication fell in. A wall spot. I assumed when I put a table against a wall, it's like you realize there's 2 feet of space behind that table for the chair and for somebody to sit behind. But that's not how plans work, which I learned. So, unfortunately, I wasn't alerted to that until Wednesday of this week. And it's like, hey, do you want chairs with your tables? And I'm like, yeah, I want like 2 per table. And he's like, well, you didn't put those on the plan. And I'm like, well, shit, I didn't want to put down 500 because you have to click and drag each one. It's like, I don't have time for that. I just assumed. And I can tell you to put 2 chairs with each table. So that turned into a problem. And he's like, well, due to space, they're going to have to be on this side. And I'm like, no. That can't work. I'm like, can we just push everything out 2 feet? Fortunately, we had enough space and there were a couple tight spaces. And during the rush in the morning, it did get kind of tight, but overall I felt, and I'd like anybody else's Tom's comment. I'd like Tom, Chris, Max, anybody else that was there. I'd like their input on, was there enough space in the aisles? And so we ended up making it work. He's like, there's just going to be less space between the aisles, which I think the only tighter spaces, I think the middle aisles were good. Like that was plenty of space, but it was the sides that had a little space. And our big log jam was in the sports room up front because I made kind of like a large booth. So we're gonna take that out. And I think what we did, so also with taking that into account, table 6, I had 6 tables against what would be the east wall in the sports room. The 6th table didn't fit at all. Fortunately, Sheena had tables 5 and 6 right there back together. And I'm like, hey, I had to move you, but I moved him into the premium space. So he got, there was more. Plus, I think he does a little bit of both. I don't know if he brought I can't remember if he only brought sports, but he might have. Anyway, so fortunately, like that worked out. And then moving table 5, it created like more space. So we took one of the tables out of that large booth and put that against the wall. And then Jeremy, one of my dealers, he's like, I'll flip-flop with Kyle. Kyle's over here. This is a better spot for him. It actually benefits him a lot more. And then Jeremy took that because he also had the neighboring tables. So, and a big shout out to Jeremy Sheckelman, who helped alleviate all of that stress in the morning yesterday. So that was really the only layout issue. It could have been a disaster. It could have been the ultimate disaster, which we were able to avoid. I'm gonna tweak for the August show at the Alliant. I'm gonna take out that booth. There's not gonna be the end. There ended up being one end table. I'm gonna take that out. And then taking into account those 4 tables, we'll have one additional premium vendor booth out in the middle atrium. So, and then that'll alleviate right at the front entrance. That'll alleviate that log jam that we had at times yesterday. So, I want to go to the chat, and then we'll talk about the check-in process. We had some fires to put out in the check-in process. Let's see. Where are we at? Max says there was plenty of space. If anyone had a problem at that show with space, they can just stay home. Thank you. Okay, that's kind of what I felt like. Even at the busiest points, there was plenty of space. Rich says, as people feel they have to buy or else. That's true. Tom says, yes, the aisles were open. I heard no complaints. Good. Chris says the space seemed fine to me. Cooter says, did you provide enough aisle space for the assholes with the giant backpacks? Card show pet peeve. I think there was, yeah. It did get, there were, again, the sides were tight at times. That was one of the real secrets of the really old Willow Grove show. And for those who stayed there, the legendary bad George Washington Motor Inn. Lofi Joe says, stumbled upon a hidden comic book store with lots of cheap non-sports cards yesterday that is only open about 12 hours a week. So much great stuff. Really want to go back, but it's till Wednesday. That sucks. But hey, gives you something to look forward to this week. Chris says, Tom mentioned a high number for attendance at around noon, and I was surprised because the layout was good. Yeah, we went through all of our coupons. I think they ran out at like 11:30. So we had a high attendance, and it was good. Rich says which might not have been cleaned since George Washington slept there. Low Roller wishes he was Superman so I can go to every card show, so I can sell all my cards in a card show every weekend. Tom remembers that dump. If I am Superman, I can go to every card show worldwide. Or Santa Claus. Santa Claus could do that too. Max says, the assholes with the backpacks and the bargain box guys that sit in the chair blocking the whole aisle too, right? Guilty. Low Roller says, did you see Pokemon traffic went down in your card show this weekend? No. In fact, I was debating because I had more dealers. So I want to talk this out. I had more dealers for sport. I had more dealers wanting to do this show for sports than I did for TCG. The TCG room was booming. Now the sports room was booming most of the day, but by 2:00 it was dead. The Pokemon room was popping till 4. And really by 5:00 there were still people walking around. So I thought, well, I have more demand for sports, but and I had a sports dealer say, well, I don't think you should go till 5. He's like, look, everybody's packed up and gone. And I'm like, go to the other room. There's still 100 people in there, customers. So we're going to keep it 9 to 5. I think 9 to 5. I know it's long hours for a one-day show, but the demand was there for it, at least on one side of the room. I thought about flip-flopping the rooms. I think I'm going to keep it the same. I think the TCG room will have the same layout for August, and it'll stay TCG. The sports room will have that minor tweak. So what was I going to say? I can't remember. Where are we at? Christian, what's going on? Oh, and I got some slab. I forgot. I bought a bunch of slabs from Christian. I've got those slabs coming. I've got slabs that I bought online coming. Rich said it was legendary indeed. Just walk the fuck around. Man, I got to blow my nose. Tom says, not at all. The room was still crowded around 4:30 yesterday. Chris says there was some chatter last week about nobody using cash anymore. At around noon, I asked an usher about the ATM, and she said I was the first person all day who went to it. Okay, I bet you went to the other ATM. There's two ATMs. I can tell you the ATM at the front by the actual show there were people all day long at that ATM. There was another ATM at the front door, and you probably were the only person there. There was a line of 5 people at the ATM, and I went because I wanted to get 10s. Unfortunately, they only have 20s in the ATM, and I went to that. There were 5 people in line for this ATM, and that ATM was wide open. So you probably were the first person that went to that particular ATM. But there was another one that was busy all day. Max says there was way more TCG dealers, though wasn't there. I made my last sale at 5:30 yesterday, and it wasn't a dealer either. There was, I think that room had 30 to 35 more tables than the sports room. I'll have to look at the, you can look at the map and do the math. And then the atrium was actually, I think, predominantly sports. I think there were two of the 8 booths were Pokemon, maybe 3. Maybe 3 of the 8 booths were Pokemon. But I would say it was a pretty even split on sports and Pokemon. Let's see. So 420, 8, 12. Yeah, it might have been 60-40 in favor of TCG. It might have been. Well, no, I take that back because there were sports dealers in the TCG room because that didn't sell out with TCG. The sports room sold out and had a decent sized waiting list. And then a few people decided to go into the TCG room with sports. I think I had about 5, maybe 6 tables with sports in there. So it was probably 50-50 overall between sports and Pokemon. Rich says you have 250 tables. Going to 5 or 6 for a one-day show is fine. I agree. And that's the reason I chose to go till 5 was because of there's 100 more tables. And I get people that complain about stopping the Sheraton show at 3, which will continue to go till 3. We're not going to extend the hours because it's just, especially in the summer, we're not going to do it. Sports card dealers should start selling Pokemon cards. They can use it loopholes in your loopholes. But I think what I'm going to do is I don't want any Pokemon cards in the sports room. So if somebody has, they're going to have to split. Now, if you have a couple Pokemon cards in your showcase, that's okay. But I don't want a whole table. Like if somebody buys 2 tables and one table is Pokemon, I don't want that. And I think after yesterday, I think some of the dealers realized that. In fact, one told me, I think we're going to split next time. You know, Pokemon will book a table in there and then sports in there. That's what I want. Especially because I had more sports dealers trying to get in, and I do want to keep it pretty even. Let's see. Max says, was there more sports dealers though? There, it seemed like it was nearly 2-1. It was about even. Tom says the good thing about staying late is we didn't have to break the room down. Yeah. And I didn't have as much stuff. Like I don't have tables to, I don't have to bring tables. I bring tables at the Sheraton because I use them all. Christian says, use some of the slab money to buy Cyndi Lauper tickets. Very cool. Chris says, oh, I went to the one at the front door. I didn't see the other one. Max says, our room just seemed way bigger. It was bigger. Like 30 tables is pretty significant. Like that is a lot bigger. The Frisco Card Show I went to yesterday was very crowded and even had very reasonably priced snacks, which was good. I'm going to have to go blow my nose because I'm like completely stuffed. Rich says, since I never got to eat lunch before going to a slow trade afternoon, but they had a donation for me, so that was fine. Oh, and for the hours at the hotel, having run shows at the hotel, sometimes you may have to leave at 3 in case they have another event that night to turn the room over. And that is the case at the Sheraton. It's only happened, I think, once out of 40 shows I've done there that they had to turn the room over maybe a second time. Actually, I think Williamson, one ballroom, and then I think each ballroom at different events. I got to go blow my nose. I don't know if it's my allergies or what. Man, had a sneeze. Tom says, Max, the TCG room was wider than the sports room. Let's see. Time is a little long, to be honest. The county can park their cars in the big-ass parking lot on the other side of their building, though. I wish some card shows offer free tables for poor people like us. I just want to get rid of stuff. There she blows. Max says, once you start to realize nothing is free and nobody wants to be your charity, life will become more clear for you. Absolutely. All right. Well, really, the cleaners come tomorrow, and I've got a lot of shit to pick up. All right. We had a couple hiccups that's annoying, and I think I went on a rant this week about like dealers following directions. I had 2 dealers show up that didn't book tables, and we were able to get one of the 2 in. The other one just kept repeating, I told you. Telling me doesn't help your cause. Telling me 2 months ago when I told you tables will be booked online, when I plastered it on Facebook, I sent emails out multiple times. It's on the website. Tables had to be booked online. Everybody else followed those directions. So I can't hold hands. And if I lose that dealer, that's fine. I don't give a shit anymore. I don't have the time to hold hands. If you can't figure out how to go to MadisonCardShow.com and order a table, call a friend. Call a card show buddy. Hey, can you order me a table too? You know people. Everybody knows somebody that knows how to use a phone and order and pay online. One dealer wanted me to do it for him. No. This is why I'm doing it online the way I'm doing it, because I don't have the time to book for you. It worked out well, with the exception of a few people. This is too big of a show for me to hold hands the entire process and keep track of things. Because what happens when I have to do that is I fuck up and make mistakes. And I don't want that for you, and I don't want that for me, because it's just a giant headache. So, follow directions. I understand it's annoying that it's not consistent. There's no change to the Saturday shows at the Sheraton. The Pokemon Show, I haven't had any issues because it started as a prepay. Now we're just going to the website. So the Pokemon Show in July, order your tables, MadisonCardShow.com. And then, maybe we will go to an online payment system for the Saturday show starting in 2026. I don't know. But there's 2, especially with this show and all the shit that I had to do to get prepared for it. I can't keep track of all of it. And if I did, I'd make mistakes. And instead of having 1 or 2 dealers that didn't have a table, there'd be like 6 of them. Well, I told you at 1:00 2 months ago at the Madison Card Show, when I have to go around collecting money from people. Yep, put me in for next month. This isn't a 10-table show at the Clarion. I've got too many people to worry about. And dealers need to, if you want to make money, figure it out. If you want to set up at a card show, figure it out. I'm not going to bend over and be Mr. Nice Guy all the freaking time. So figure it the fuck out is what I say. So that was frustrating. We did get one person in. So only one had to drive back home. Sucks. It's also not the hotel show where I can go into a closet and pull out an extra table. I can't do that. I'm not allowed. So it's a different animal. You don't do the Chicago Sports Spectacular or the Dallas Card Show. You don't go tell Kyle at Dallas, hey, put me down for next month. I doubt that's how it works. You don't do that at the Spectacular. And the frustrating part is one of the dealers does do the Spectacular. He figures out how to do that show, figure out to do this one. So, like, tough shit is what I say. Like, I'm sorry that you didn't follow the directions, but I don't care anymore. I don't care. I feel I did enough to get the word out that in 99.5% figured it out. So Rich says, I do for the DCS, but I tell Jerica and not Kyle. Yeah. What if you told Kyle? What would happen if you told Kyle? You'd show up. What are you doing here? I don't have you down. So I had another dealer who always wants electricity. By the way, I just want to get this. Let's just see, Rich, that's exact. This is why Kyle's got a lot of shit going on. I've got a lot of shit going on. So that's what happens. So I had another, one more dealer, always wants electricity. And yeah, and it's like, well, I told you in the, I made a comment on the Facebook post. Come on. I had another dealer that wanted electricity. And I can't guarantee electricity. I don't guarantee spots at the Sheraton. And if you want electricity, you may get electricity. You may not. You're not paying for, like, you're getting a table and you're getting chairs, you're getting space. That's all you get. And I need to make this more clear. You're not getting a wall space in the corner and with a freaking piece of chocolate on your pillow. You're getting a table and chairs. And this is, the Sheraton's so much different. You don't get tablecloths at the Alliant because I got to pay $10 and I can't cherry pick. Well, table 77 gets a tablecloth and table 24 gets a tablecloth. No, you get a tablecloth on every table and I eat $10 per. So that's $2,500 I would have to spend on tablecloths. And you know how many dealers take the tablecloth off and put their own on? There's $10. There's $10. There's $10. There's $10. So you can get them at the Sheraton. And if there's not one on the table, we'll go find one for you. Not at the Alliant. Bring your own. BYOT. Bring your own tablecloth. So I had a dealer come in and he's upset because there's no electricity. You can get electricity, you have to pay for it. He said, well, you told me. Maybe I did tell him, but you're not paying for, you're getting a spot. Like, I'm not guaranteeing you anything besides a table and chairs. So he's upset. Well, are you going to refund me my booth? No, absolutely not. Well, will you split the electricity cost? By the way, it's $160. If you want electricity at the Alliant, at the card show at the Alliant, or any show, I guess, it's $160. So there you go. Now you know. And I am certainly not eating any of that cost for your fucking electricity. So I said, no. You go, well, I just want to let you know this will probably be my last card show. Good, because I got a waiting list. You're replaceable. Good luck down the road. So the funny thing is, I was talking with a dealer yesterday, and he's like, people are coming up as I'm just digging through the boxes. There's not much going on. And so I'm digging through his dollar boxes, and he's like, how can you remain like so calm and like, what do you do to take out like your frustration? And I said, I don't know. And I'm thinking probably YouTube. I don't run. I don't ride my e-bike. It's like, probably YouTube. Just turn the microphone on and just bitch. That's probably what I do. So yeah. Let's go say hello to the chat. Brian says, it sucks down here in South Florida. You have to pay for your table 67 months in advance. I want 4 tables. It's $1,500 to $2,000 up front. Max says, sounds like the card show scene has just passed those dealers by. Yeah, it's like you've got to adapt or die. Adapt or die. Red light, what's going on? It was a great show. And people, really those are the types. What I'm bitching about right now about, the dealers showing up, that happens. That actually happens a lot. Why? Because people tell me, and then, or I'm talking to a dealer collecting money, and somebody comes up and says, hey, I want a table for next month. I don't write it down. I forget because I've got 30 other things going on. And I tell, like, the worst time to book a table is the day of the show, the previous show, yesterday, yesterday it's a different beast, but if yesterday we're at the Sheraton Hotel and for you to tell me, yeah, I'll be back next month, that's the worst time to tell me. Unless you're Max. Like, I know Max is good for next month. But if it's kind of a one-off, or you're not if you set up every 3 months or every other month, or I'm here this month and next month, but I'm gone the next 2 months, and then I'm back, and then I'm gone, and I'm back, and I'm gone. That's like, send me an email, send me a text, send me a Facebook message. And, because like I got other shit going on. Like, I'm trying to collect money from 100 and some dealers. And it can be frustrating. Chris says, did that dealer who just showed up have Labubu toys? Unicorn says, that is crazy. Brian says, I like yours was so fast. These guys flipped my money for a half a year, no interest. Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to hold all this money, future money. Like, that's why I do it one month at a time. A lot of people were at, when can we book for the August show? And I'm like, after the July show. Again, if I start booking too far in advance, mistakes are going to happen. So if I want to focus on one show at a time, in the off months of the Alliant, it's 2 shows because of the Pokemon, but at least that's prepay. I can go look, see, blah, 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 blah. Max says, it's a fucking card show. You don't need electricity. Yes. I'll have to message you about that, Max. Brian says, it's actually smart business, but I hate it. LOL. Refund my booth. LOL. Yeah. Well, you told me. Like, well, what I told you was wrong. And you're not paying. That's not part of the card show setup. Electricity and all that's not part of the deal. That guy was a tool. Max says, do you know their setup? Do they actually need electricity? I honestly don't know. I don't know. I just avoided him the rest of the day and for the future. In fact, I probably won't even include him on the email list that goes out. Because I just don't want to deal with that. I've had annoyance in the past with the electricity thing. And well, I'm not going to set up if I don't get electricity. That's fine. I'll move on to the next person. So I'm just going to take him off the email list. And that'll make less stress for me dealing with people that give me a headache. Donald says, do you have people who want to be next to another person and they want a wall table and not a table in the middle of the floor? People need an outlet for power. Yeah. And it's like, and so that's what we were talking. I don't know who I was talking to about this, but they're like, I think it was Craig and Mark, and talking about, like, and I get it, like the buddy system. I get it. Like, I totally get it, but I want to eliminate that from my plate and put the onus on the dealer. It's your show. You're setting up. You are in control. And I feel the pick your table. If you're slow to the game and you don't get the email and you're, I'm going to wait 2 weeks to book, you're shit out of luck. You don't get to be next to your buddy or a good wall spot or whatever. And the Madison show, I still have my paper maps, and I write them in by hand every month for the Sheraton shows. It's like, well, I want to be next to this guy. And it's like, well, I want 2 tables this month, but I want 3 tables and I want 1 table. And it's like, okay, well, you're not going to get the same spot because I got to move you around because 1 month you want 1 month you want 2. So I've got to do all this, mapping and play Tetris with the maps. And so now, and maybe, maybe sooner than January, but we'll just do that at the Sheraton. I don't know, but not anytime soon. Bo gets salty. Yeah, it's my salty time. This is my Sergio. Portable power is so accessible these days. Any dealer could easily bring their own power if they really need it. And that's the thing. And I think somebody mentioned that. I can't remember who meant, like, bring a freaking power generator. Like, they're fairly cheap. I don't know. Big Harv, what's going on? Bo doesn't need a therapist when he's got us jackos. Yeah, I'm on the couch and you're listening to me complain. Once an individual grows a pair of balls, the word no becomes very powerful. Absolutely. Absolutely. Evolve or die. It's a hobby evolution. Yes. How about giving away 1 table a show to somebody under the age of 18 to set up at their first show, and you could put a lot of stipulations with the right to have a parent or adult. I get a lot of kids that set up. So I actually do have quite a few kids that set up. They should charge people extra $20 to book for them in your card show if they don't know how to book online. And that's what I've mentioned. I'm like, well, if you want me to do that, there's going to be a surcharge. Like, okay, if you want me to book it for you, $20. Because I don't have time for this. You're going to pay for this. Red Light says, fuck, it is hot out. Just got back from my 4-mile walk. It was huge. I walked it when I took Ernie to not take a dump yesterday morning. It's like, whew. I mean, it was only like 70 degrees, but it was like 99% humidity. It's like South Florida. And boy, check-in was, obvious. It's the summer. But I heard one complaint about it got warm in an area. But I didn't hear any complaints outside of one person that the temperature was off. It was too hot or too cold. It was actually, I was very comfortable and I'm running around. And usually, the Sheraton, that system sucks. Sometimes it's like freezing in July. Next month, it'll be freezing cold in the upstairs ballroom. Other months, it'll be scorching hot. Max says, the buddy system guys need to book together, and I agree. Just book together, get on the same page. One person books it, and you don't have any problems. Like, hey, we're going to book these tables together. One guy gets 2 tables together, and then the other pays him for one. Pretty simple. I agree. A lot of this is just common sense, which is lacking in some instances. Tom says, I saw several people with cameras at their booths. They figured out the power situation. I love it. I did see a lot of cameras on tables. Absolutely love it. Brian says, I was paying sales taxes when I was 12, did shows till I was 17 in 1994. No one cared about my age, only if I had a tax cert. My mom would drop me off at 7 a.m. at random malls with a bunch of pervs. Low Roller is going to put some new videos up. So let's do a little show and tell. So I think this was my last buy of the day. So I was going through, and he had now their, I'm just going to leave the price tag on them, but 72 tops Willie Mays SGC4 for $30. I didn't pay sticker either. I don't know. I think I got like $50 off. And I got giddy over this. An 84 Donruss Darryl Strawberry rookie in a PSA 6, $15. Like, how about a Brooks Robinson for $20? 59 tops and a 1.5. I sell raw Chipper Jones. I sell this raw for $20. $10 for an 8.5 from Beckett. I love this card. 69 tops Tom Seaver. It's a 3 off center, $20. I love Jordans. I'll make good money on Jordans. Topps Finest Bronze in an 8. Another Jordan 96, 97 tops in an 8 for $20. I may keep this. Who knows? I don't know. SGC 3, it's a low grade. I think I probably have 5 or 6 of those raw. So I'll probably put it on eBay Live. In Otani, insert 9.5 for $20. Give it to me. This was the big buy at the end of the day. A 63 Topps Warren Spahn. 97.98 Fleer Ultra Jam City. So I'm curious what some of these will fetch and on eBay Live. I'm going to put a lot of these on eBay Live. This was one of my favorites. It's only a 5, but it's $15 for an 89 Fleer sticker Jordan. Yes, red light tonight at 7 Central, Sunday singles. A Bird rookie. It's not the Magic, but it's a Bird rookie in a 6, $40. 62 Topps Don Drysdale, 15. Min size not met. And then I bought 2 of these Joe Burrow rookies in SGC 9s for 15 each. We got an Otani rookie for $20. Let's see. I got an Emmitt Smith rookie for $20 in an 8.5. Gary Carter rookie for $25 in SGC 4.5. This is really cool. I'm curious what this will end up going for. 95-96 SP Championship Champions of the Court Jordan SGC 7, $25. A Mahomes die cut prism for 20. And then here was another Joe Burrow for 15. So a little bit of everything, a nice variety. And a lot of that stuff will be on eBay Live tonight at 7 Central. And then build 2 of these long boxes. Oh, and I think I've got more. Let me see if I put the $5 slabs somewhere. Oh, yeah. So I think these were all the so these were $5. So I got some nice stuff, yeah. $5 slabs, a PSA 8 All-Star Game Edition Ozzie Albies rookie. I've got a lot of Braves fans that are in my eBay Lives. Derek Jeter, a 94 Derek Jeter. These were $5. A Derek Jeter slab for $5. Casey Mize rookie. I've got some Tigers collectors in there. Casey Mize Chrome Redux in a 9. Tom Brady 7. Score next level stats red parallel. Joe Adele first Bowman PSA 9. Akeem Olajuwon PSA 9 89 hoops. And some of these are high grades too. A Zion Williamson rookie 8.5. Who would have thought 3 years ago that a Zion Williamson PSA 8.5 rookie would be in a $5 box? Spencer Torkelson Leaf Draft PSA 9. Another Casey Mize. I ended up just buying 2 because I figured for $5, why not? Derek Jeter PSA 8 Bowman Chrome. I mean, this is just easy money. Another Derek Jeter. Gary Sanchez Beckett 9.5 Chrome rookie card. Gabriel Arias PSA 9 rookie auto. Zach Brown Tennessee Titans PSA 9 auto. PSA 9 Justin Blackmon auto. Another Torkelson 9.5 SGC Futurist insert. This may be the best $5 slab of the bunch. How about this? A 1990 Leaf Griffey Beckett 8.5. I'm going to put this on eBay Live tonight. Here's a chat. What do you think this will sell for on eBay Live tonight? I think this might get to $40. Paid $5 for it. Leaf Draft Jason Dominguez in a PSA 8. I do have people asking for soccer, so hey, why not? Jamal Musala rookie card in a PSA 8. I couldn't turn down a Nico Horner rookie in a PSA 9 for $5. And Casey Mize Topps rookie for $5. All of those. So people are guessing 30 to $40, $30 to $45 on the $5 slabs. Where am I going to put these? Let's see. Ernie's awake. My buddy Troy, regular dealer, gifted me this 88 Donruss unopened pack, Mark Grace, rated rookie on top. So that'll go in the PC. Okay, and then I bought some stuff from, I think, Mark. More slabs. I got a Jaden Daniels rated rookie in a PSA 9. There. I got a Jordan, for $20, Jordan slabs for $20. Easy money. 96 hoops, Jordan in a PSA 8. Again, a year ago, who would have thought this would be a $30? This was probably a $300 card a year ago, 2 years ago. Victor Wembanyama rookie patch, PSA 9. $30 price tag on that. Mark McGuire rated rookie PSA 9 for $20. I think this will probably go for 30 to 35. All right. I could not did I buy this from Mark? No, I bought this from, I think these came from Badger Breaks. I forgot. I bought some stuff from Kyle at Badger Breaks. This one was part of it. I couldn't turn down a Red Rooster autograph for $10. Numbered out of 99. Red Rooster autograph. That's freaking, I love that card. Bo Nix, Prism rookie, PSA 9 for $20. Roger Clemens, rookie, PSA 8. Randall Cunningham, PSA 8 rookie. Caitlin Clark in a PSA 7 for $20. And a Troy Aikman Pro Set rookie for in a 7 for $20. There's more. I got a Cameron Brink Ice rookie, PSA 8 for $20. $15 for a Bo Jackson, the rookies, PSA 6. Here is a PSA 4. It's a low grade, but it's still a Bo Jackson football rookie. I think this will go for 30, close to it. A Marcus Allen rookie in a PSA 7. This one might be closer to 25. Caitlin Clark, PSA 9 for 25. Bo Jackson, the rookies in a 7 for $20. And a Mark McGuire rated rookie in a 7 for $20. I thought it was a Caitlin. I thought there was another Caitlin. Maybe not. Maybe not. So, these are all Caitlin Clarks. These are all Caitlin Clarks. Let's see. The bully that was pushing her around, JC Sheldon. I'm like, she might have a name. Might get some stuff. Or here's another Caitlin. I think these are all Caitlin Clarks. These are all Caitlin. These are all Caitlin Clarks. I even took the $1 each, unless priced. I bought them all. Those are all Caitlin Clarks. Oh, I bought well over 100 Caitlin Clarks. Because these are all Caitlin Clarks. There might be 20 or 200 Caitlin Clarks. Let's see. Let's see what I got in the dollar box. Some of the good stuff out of the dollar box. Oh, some of these were 50-cent box. These were from, I got another Greg Maddux rated rookie. I think I paid like $2. What did I actually, let me see. What did I pay for these? I got paid just under $3. Paid just under $3. Greg Maddux rated rookie. Ellie De La Cruz Bowman Sterling rookie. A couple of Tiffany Stratton rookies. Rich Klein, hold your horses, buddy. Tiffany Stratton. This is for Rich Klein. Gunnar Henderson iconic rookie card. There's a Marvin Harrison rated rookie optic. I think that was it out of those boxes. All right, these are dollar box. What did I get out of the dollar box? Nothing special. Another Caitlin Clark. Chet Holmgren rookie. An early Prism KD Kevin Durant. Another Chet Holmgren. That one's a color, I think. Another Caitlin Clark. More soccer. Erling Haaland. I didn't find too many Tyrese Halliburtons, but I think I found one or two. I bought one or two. That box is empty. I did put this on Twitter last night. This was probably my favorite pickup yesterday for $1. The 12th National Sports Collectors Convention, the big one in Anaheim. Salute superstar Michael Jordan. And it's, of course, 1991 was year of the hologram. So I thought that was super cool. That's something I don't know if I'll put on eBay Live because oddball stuff does not do well on eBay Live. That's probably a buy it now item. You can't go wrong with Chipper Jones rookies for $1. A couple Jackie Robinsons. Those do really well on eBay Live. This is for the PC. Michael Carrico. He's a Cubs prospect. This is auto number to 399. I've got a big Steven Strasburg, a couple Steven Strasburg buyers. So I got a Chrome rookie of Strasburg. A couple Jordan baseball cards. There's a Holiday Silver portrait rookie. Randy Johnson rated rookie. I've sold a couple of those for $10. Josh Rivera, former Cubs prospect. This auto is numbered to 60. I got an image variation Kyle Schwarber. Let's see. Got some Dak Prescott rookie card. I got Cameron Brink. I think I need to stop buying. I've got so many Cameron Brink rookies now. Victor Wembanyama rookie for $1. Cooper Kupp rookie. I think these will do well, even though I said oddball stuff doesn't do well. This isn't oddball, but the next ones are. I think these will do well. It's a Shaq Christmas card. This one will probably do really well. Arena Sports, one of 15,000. Here's another Shaq, kind of like Broder cards, LSU. Here's a Pepsi card. That takes me back, man. That takes me back to those days. Jordan, I'm all about getting Jordans for $1. Jordans do so well. Dylan Harper, probably going to be the number 2 overall pick in the NBA draft, a first Bowman Chrome, which is this week, I think. Barry Sanders does really well, especially cards like this, Prism from Pacific. Aiden Hutchinson, Prism rookie card. That'll do well. A bunch of WNBA color serial numbered cards. I'll run those on Wednesday. Provision, Magic Johnson. Another Erling Haaland. More Jordans, like 5 more Jordans. And then some little vintage. Pete Rose, 78 tops for $1. 78 tops Tom Seaver for $1. 73 tops Raleigh Fingers for $1. Caleb Williams, first Bowman Chrome. Steph Curry, like 3rd or 4th year card. 2012 NBA hoops. Patrick Mahomes Prism. Draft picks in his college uni. Those always do really well. Oh, man, I bought so much. More WNBA. I bought a bunch of WNBA stuff. A lot of color. I couldn't find hardly any Sophie Cunningham. I think I found one Sophie Cunningham card. Cristiano Ronaldo, Mbappe. Another Holland. Jack Clark rookie card for $1. John Smoltz, 89 upper deck rookie. And let's see, Frank Thomas rookie for $1. An 88 Fleer Patrick Ewing. More Randy Johnson rated rookies. Let's see, 89 score Jerry Rice. 84 tops Walter Payton. I haven't even had it's 11:15. I'm gonna be. Here's an OJ Simpson for $1. 89 score Montana. More color, another couple more Jackies. An 81 tops Pete Rose. 74 tops Reggie Jackson for $1. 52 Bowman D Fondy Chicago Cubs for $1. A couple early Larry Bird cards for $1 each. Doc Gooden rookie. Doug Flutie rookie. In the dollar boxes, man. Got some couple Max Verstappens. Sapphire. Jalen Brunson's dad, Rick Brunson auto. So those were all $1. Here's the one Sophie Cunningham I found. It's some type of color. And then I bought, I think I paid $3 each for these bows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So some good stuff. A lot of this stuff you'll see tonight, 7 p.m. Central on eBay Live. I hope to see you there. What's the chat have to say? We were guessing on the 90 Leaf Griffey PSA or Beckett, I think 8.5. Red Light says 45. Bought it for $5. Andy Mac says 40. Unicorn Cupcake goes 30 to 35. Max says 28. Cooter says 28.01. We're playing the Price is Right. We'll see tonight on eBay Live the 90 Leaf Griffey. Rich says, for fun, I checked the Beckett catalog price on the Griffey and they say 20. But I think it's closer to 25 in your auction. I think it's going to hit close to 40. I think it's going to be right around 40. Philly Joe says, I was thinking 45 before you said 40 for the Griffey. Your live buyers love those bows. JC is a good-looking young lady. Down boy. Kyle, what's going on? Good morning. He's getting some mowing done. Todd is here. Fever versus Aces today on ESPN. Oh, I'll have to tune that in. Put it on live. I will get it. Tom Seaver, pride of Fresno High School. Rich says some of those cards like 89 big unit are all over dollar boxes, but are perfect for online auctions. Absolutely. Philly Joe loves the OJ. Rich says that Fondy is a high number. Oh, wow. Those 52 Bowman highs are tough. What's it go for on eBay? Since it's a high number, I probably don't have one. I'm not very organized either. 52 Bowman. That's about $10. Yeah, about $10 shipped all day. So for $1, that's a hell of a deal for my PC. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you for allowing me to vent this morning. We had a wonderful turnout yesterday. A great show. I can't wait to run it back at the Alliant Energy Center in 2 months, Saturday, August 30th. I believe that's Labor Day weekend. But we'll do a July show, the 2 days in July 26th and 27th at the Sheraton Hotel on John Nolen Drive. So hope to see you there. All right. Thank you for tuning in for 1,500 episodes. Can't believe it. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you tonight, 7 p.m. Central on eBay Live later.